barflies across time, across space, in every single universe of the multiverse. They call me the pride and joy of New Barktown, the stalwart shield of South Philly, Ace Trainer Argent. Now, thanks, man. I am just one of the three heads of the dragon. Now, we're going to kick it to the man. It's his house. You know him well. Talk to the people, my boy.
That's right. It's my house. I rent. Don't own. It's Big Dan. Rodan. Coming at you live from the 215. Your comic book connoisseur, your Somalia, sci-fi, and superheroes here to welcome you to another episode of the Blerd Bar My Barfly, Season 4. Episode 1.
Episode 1.
I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I am tired.
Cansado.
Perpetually tired.
Well, it's about sleep cycles. Like, you know, you got to...
There's no such thing as a sleep cycle here. It is get it when you can. It is Hunger Games out here for sleep. I am never by myself, as you can tell. If it's not the voices in my head, it's the voices right next to me. Jhawk, talk to us.
Oh, man. You know who it is? The last descendant of Yasuke.
Nope.
Sub over dub. That's all anime. The salsa dancing ninja. Stay on his toes. Got a flight of sake ready to go. It's your boy, Hawkins Hanzo.
Shit. Oh, we got new names out here?
I didn't know anything about no new names.
It's not like a new name. It's just like an AKA.
So I just wasn't CC'd, is what you were telling me?
Right. We were not in that email at all.
So like, cool.
No.
Wait, if I wasn't CC'd and Dan wasn't CC'd,
I don't even ask anymore. I just assume that y'all coming here with new stuff. That's just what it is. What it is.
Season 4.
That's right.
4.
Welcome. We're doing this again. You know,
Always.
Here for you. If you are just joining us, welcome.
Welcome.
If you are a longtime barfly, welcome. Make sure you tell your cousin about it. And
if you're just joining us, you should like take a step back and listen to our older stuff.
Or don't. Like, you know, the whole idea is that whenever we come out with new stuff, that we've grown from where we used to come from.
Good. Our stuff's good. We promise.
But we do have quality stuff from the past. Not all of it's quality, but some of it is.
There might be some insiders that they
That's true.
just, like, don't know about. Like,
I mean, on top of that,
Batwing?
like, is it Batwing? That's an age old question.
I am an elf.
That's season 1 stuff. That's
No, stop. We're excommunicating. We're not including the new barfly.
We're not if they pause it here.
But if they pause it here and go back, then, you know.
Then it'll be fine.
Or, you know, we have like really dope topics as well. Like hypercriticism of
baby.
That's jazz, right?
It's about
the hypercriticism of
here.
black media, you know, intersectionality of blackness and nerddom. Like, those are great episodes. So you could always go back and watch those. But
when they do, they can leave a comment. Read it.
Speaking of down the rabbit hole,
that's true.
Hey.
What is down the rabbit hole?
Down the rabbit hole. There's another one he wasn't CC'd on.
It's a running theme.
Nah, so down the rabbit hole, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole of our comments on our YouTube channel, and pick some questions from there, and then we'll talk about them here.
Wait, so are you telling me if they leave a comment, they might be featured on an episode of the Blerd Bar or BNR?
Oh, they'll definitely be featured on an episode.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he said definitely.
Definitely. Why not?
He said it on a recorded line. So anyway,
That's true.
let's get started.
Before you do that,
Yeah.
can we fill up our cups here? Because, you know, at the Blerd Bar, we sip.
While you guys are filling that up, I'm gonna do the first down the rabbit hole. This comes from season 3, episode 2. Who failed Finn? And it says this comes from Julian Sanders. I'll put it up here so you can see it. But how do we orchestrate a more fitting story for Finn? Do we boycott until outside visions are produced on the screen?
I think that's really hard with, like, you know, when Star Wars is one of, if not the most successful franchise globally, right? So that's pretty hard, man, because they know they can just put out stuff and then people will still go see it.
Are you calling for like a racial boycott? Like,
Is
Julian Julian.
right.
Leave a comment below.
I would say anybody who is not pleased with how Finn was used,
Which is a lot of people, actually.
Right,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, you know,
A fan-wide boycott.
There
Any
was-
fan of Star Wars.
there was a demographic of people who were not fans of Finn before his story even came out, right? So that's what I'm asking for. Like, are we saying we're not, riding the bus anymore? Like, what's the source of this boycott? Because
not spending any more money on Disney Plus.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, you have to like stop all Disney traffic altogether. Like, Channel 6, ABC don't come on in your house. Like, if that's the kind of boycott that you're trying to affect change. However, I think the only way that you might get a response is to make the noise on the internet.
The internet is loud.
The way that noise was made for like the facial changes for Sonic.
That is true.
However, I do hope and pray that the story of Finn is done.
Wow.
I think there's opportunity for us either to go back in the Star Wars lore, like in the High Republic, and do it better, or go forward in the future and stop telling the Skywalker saga and actually get people of color like highlighted in a way that doesn't seem pandering and at the same time doesn't seem minstrel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I would argue that you can continue with Finn, but he gets his own show on like Disney Plus, and then you just make the character better there, and you can still introduce new characters of color.
I agree, but I'm also like, I like John Boyega, but I think the role of Finn no longer does him justice.
Do you mean like him being Finn or him being John Boyega?
Him being John Boyega.
So now do you think he's above Finn?
I would argue that.
But what if you elevate the character to match?
There's a possibility, but I don't think Disney cares that much.
Unless we boycott.
even then, Disney's like going to be like, we're missing out on what, possibly $5 million when we got all these hundreds over here.
We're boycotting Finn, and Disney's like, I don't even know who you are.
They get real Thanos real quick. That's all I'm saying. But I'm very pessimistic, so don't go by what Big Dan's saying. That's a Big Dan energy type.
BDE. That's not what that means. It's very important to be vocal.
Do you want it to be a T-shirt? Let us know.
So that was Down the Rabbit Hole. That's a fun new section that we have there. If you have any suggestions on how we can make things better for Finn, please let us know. 2022.
Yeah.
It's here.
It is here.
We survived the 2020 DLC, which is known as 2021. And now we get this really good, well-thought-out sequel, 2022.
I don't know how well thought out it is.
Is it real thought-out sequel?
It's not thought out.
It could be.
We got a whole new president.
Bro, first of all, we've done 1 month already of 2022. So if that's what they've given us for the first episode.
No, you got to debug, man. We got to debug. It's cool.
I mean, the way Russia acting right now looking real suspicious. So I'm saying what I'm saying.
You know what it is though? Like, this might be a bit of a tangent, but it's our show.
Right.
It's like
there's no one behind the camera saying
right. you always hear about like in media, like legit like cartoons or like just fictional stories, like Russia's like the big bad, right? And it's like, okay, like whatever, like maybe that's just media. But then in real life, like for the past like at least 12 to 15 years, maybe 20, Russia really be doing like some like evil mastermind, like
I think
bullying.
I don't know how.
Stuff.
I would say bullying less. I would say more bullying, less evil.
Sure, yeah, but like they always like on some black Air Force energy type stuff.
They
like,
are
just, like, rolling up on people like we here. Why? Because we said so.
You know what it is?
Okay.
I think it's because the world for a minute was just like no noise is coming out of Russia, and that's good. And Russia was like, no, we make noise over here.
Well, y'all thought it was a game?
Right. So it's very interesting. But yeah, they're doing.
I mean, because for the longest time they were like legit the villains of every movie,
right?
And the Cold War happened. Like there's stuff, but I think it's smart. I don't know. And this is not that podcast.
It's not that podcast.
But
it's just funny to me.
It's probably gonna be on Patreon anyway.
I don't know. This part will probably make it through the episode, just because we're talking about 2022.
Yeah, we are talking about 2022.
But otherwise, in the nerddom of 2022. It's been some few things that came out this year that I was excited for. We're already in the first month of January, at least, I would say.
I was about to say, we're going to get to that, but I thought we were going to talk about...
I'm talking about 2022 stuff.
Okay.
You know, like, Demon Slayer has just, like, continued to flourish.
Sure.
People really like that show. Or they don't.
Or they don't. But, I mean, it's better to be on the right side of history.
Didn't the Queen of Flex become a fan?
She was already a fan. We're referring to Alicia Cobb, who is a good friend of ours who's...
Don't know what we're talking about? It's this episode.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Or we just call her the Queen of Flex.
She is the queen. She is the Queen of Flex. That is just true.
That would be her name if she was a host here.
Yes.
I thought when she was here, she was like I thought she said that it was like okay, but it was she didn't get. Oh, was that MHA?
I think that was
MHA.
My Hero.
Yeah. Because I guess the writing for women in My Hero is definitely sketchier than Demon Slayer.
Sure.
It's still not good. I don't think it's where we need to be as a society, but anime is a few years behind on that.
No. It's different.
I think it's right where it needs to be.
There's a lot of anime. We can't pretend that shonen encompasses all of anime because that's not true. Like, I watched Princess Jellyfish.
But I'm saying,
like, really,
as far as popular anime is concerned, it's shonen first.
Unfortunately.
So
at least in our circles, because as we saw from the Audacious Black Femme,
that's true.
It's a lot of other things.
There's a lot of other things going on.
We might not dabble in.
Y'all
might not dabble in.
What are we talking about? It's right here.
Stop doing that.
No. If he gonna edit it, let him do it.
I understand that, but
let him do it. Go ahead.
But stop.
Those
are his billable hours.
Right.
You don't bill us nothing.
But no, I was trying to say for 2022, at least since we're here, like there's been a lot of good things that have happened. For a moment, Dying Light 2 was a good thing.
It got like 9 out of 10 in gaming.
But then as you continue to play it, you're like, I'm going to give this an 8. And then you keep playing it and you're like, 7. And then you're like,
why is it just...
The bugs, man. Like, there's just
talk about it.
They're not redeemable. But at the same time, it's not Cyberpunk to the point where you're just like, a screeching halt.
So, wait, would it be a whole point that you would be deducting or half a point?
I don't know. Like I said, from 8, I came in at a 9 when I was first playing it.
All right.
And I was like, this is great. It's more of the same, but it builds upon it. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, the story is lacking. But then you're like, the side quests are great. But then you're like, these are a lot of bugs. I'm stuck in a wall. I'm falling through the map. You're like,
why did you go up on that?
I don't know. Because apparently that's the play style you have. You're like, I'm stuck in a wall. I'm falling through the map.
Stop. Collaborate and listen. All right. There's a shared experience to these bugs that you get to experience. I didn't get to experience the bugs, so like once it's all fixed and it's all like shiny and spit polished.
Part of me feels like
shared trauma is good trauma.
It's not trauma. It's a bug in a video. You need to.
No, some of it be trauma, but at the same time, I feel like some of it be bugs. Like I have friends of mine who can't.
Life or the game.
That too, but I have some friends who. It wasn't an answer. I said what I said. But I have like friends who can't finish the game because they're like stuck in a place in the game due to the severity of some bugs. So that's kind of where.
Did they turn it off and turn it back on?
Too many times.
Did they try to disconnect from the?
Listen. So
blowing it.
Let's stop before our viewership gets worse than Battlefield's gameplay.
We need a rim shot.
There's the sound that we were talking about.
Yeah, we were thinking about sounds.
And then that's it.
We definitely need
But that's how 2022 is going for me. We weren't supposed to get that much time dedicated to this, but how is 2021 for you guys?
2021. Okay, so I have a podcast. Well, I have a multimedia content creation group with two of my best friends, so that was like really fun. 2021, I learned a lot about myself. I think we got a lot of cool stuff. Now I'm not gonna hog the floor because I know Josh got a lot to say and we want to hear it, but I think overall 2021 was definitely soft serve vanilla ice cream. Did it have sprinkles? No. But was it plain yogurt? Plain frozen yogurt? No.
Okay.
All
right. I actually like vanilla ice cream. I think vanilla ice cream is actually my favorite.
With or without sprinkles, though.
I'm when I say I am like lame and like a regular, like, what is it called? Basic? There it is. I like just
wait a minute. Like, I don't know how much sprinkles adds to your personality as far as an eater of ice cream.
I don't know.
That means you like the finer things in life.
Wow, is that what that means?
Yeah, dude.
From the turkey bacon, man? Wow.
You will not reduce me. I am a complex character.
I feel like, I don't know. This is getting off the rails. Secondly, I feel like there's other toppings that make you feel more like.
What,
that
gummy bears?
No, first of all, anybody who's putting tart in ice cream is not.
No, like regular gummy bears are not
sweet.
Not sour gummy bears.
No.
Oh, yeah, those are Sour Patch Kids.
Gummy bears is tangy.
So,
okay. But I was talking about like chocolate, like putting extra chocolate chips in your ice cream or something like that, or like peanut butter chips.
Semi-sweet chocolate chips in your ice cream.
Or peanut butter chips. Like there's,
okay, that's nice.
That's where I would be like.
Sounds like frozen yogurt to me, dog. Now, that's just me.
I mean, first of all, I can't eat ice cream because if I eat too much dairy, I'll die. But
no.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
I need to be right.
But like strawberry cheesecake ice cream, like I don't ever go for like the basic vanilla ice cream anymore because I'm just like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die happy.
That's how
grim.
But it's the truth.
If ice cream made me die, I would just have vanilla ice cream and I would die happy. I'm fine with that. If anything, I might put like root beer over top of it.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Oh, just playing. I'm just okay. Cool.
Everybody was like, "Oh, now I'm involved.
Right.
I'm involved with this character
now.
now."
I'm invested in this story.
Now,
Before this, you were Yamcha,
Right.
and now they're like, "He might be a Piccolo. He might be."
All right. That's gonna be hype too. Dragon Ball Super movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Can I have some more sake?
I don't know. Kenny.
May I? Give me the bottle. Stop.
English teachers everywhere are like, well, he's right though.
Nah, unless they're our age, where they're like, come on, dog.
Right. They're like, no. He has a point.
Anyway, as I was saying, how was 2021 for me? Like I have this content creation, media podcast group with my best friends, and that was fun and that was cool. Ultimately, I think like it was like vanilla ice cream, you know, like it wasn't.
That's how we got here.
That's how we got here. Yeah, you really trying to go back? Like you think that you was trying to get this? You were trying to get it cut out.
Yeah.
You think you slick? Oh,
so
this is dirty.
So how my year
shoot
was?
to edit, people. Shoot to edit. All right.
He was really trying to get it cut out.
How my year was.
Oh, you swear you slick,
Shoot to edit,
man.
So
If I wasn't a parent, I wouldn't have caught it. I was like, that was real shiesty. But
my
okay.
year was it's been good. Nothing really bad to talk about.
wait, didn't you get engaged?
Yeah, I said nothing bad to talk about.
I'm sorry.
How did we get here?
So yeah, that's been exciting. It's been expensive, but it's exciting.
Yeah, let's go.
Outside of that, I don't know if I could talk about it, but I might be in some theater works coming up. So that'll be fun.
Well, that's 2022 stuff, right?
Well, I thought we were just saying like how we've been since the last time.
That's true too. I guess we were talking about that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I've been watching a lot of just a lot of stuff in general. A lot of anime. What is it? Tact Opening Destiny or Opus Destiny.
Oh yeah, you watched that? Yeah.
That was
That's
interesting.
old, right though?
I mean, I watched
New to him.
Yeah. I watched it during the break. And so it didn't really get me invested in literally until like the last 3 to 5 episodes though. So
that's a writing style.
Yeah. What else? Ozarks. I just saw season 4.
Jason Bateman?
Mm-hmm. That's been good.
I just started season 1 actually.
Is it grim and mostly gray?
That is how the style.
That's the style of shooting.
Yes.
But you know, I think it has potential for me. Everyone else obviously saw the potential in it. That's why there's 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. But to me, the potential as far as the story writing goes, pacing is a little disjointed for me at season 1. But there's this tension that keeps you addicted to it. Because you're kind of just like, oh, how does it get worse? Maybe does it get better? No. It keeps getting worse. But you're like, do they survive? So
can't look away.
I started Batwoman because I was listening. I actually think it was Fantastic Frankie who was like, you can't be wanting inclusion.
I don't know why you're looking at me. We're recording a podcast. Do not do that.
I believe she was like, you can't be looking for inclusion and not giving these other properties a chance, like Batwoman and Naomi.
It's
and
DC.
I was like, that's fact. So
it's DC. It's not the same.
I gave it a chance. Batwoman. You just have season 1 is what it is, and you just have to get through it. And Naomi, I think, is just I am not the target audience for it. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm saying I don't care.
But you're still watching.
I am trying to watch it. Yes. So yeah, it's been a fun little interesting what's new, like what's going on. I read Children of Blood and Bone. Ooh. That was I am very much enjoyed that. I have the sequel, but I'm reading from good to great right now, so I will get to the sequel after that. Yeah.
Little play, little work, little play.
Yeah.
Little work, right?
That's the life of all of us.
Yeah.
The life of Pi.
Yeah. So the idea behind this, huh?
Say great book.
Life of Pi?
Yes.
Yes, it was. But the idea of this podcast episode was just to kind of catch us up and do a recap of 2021, some things that we liked, and also some things we're excited for 2022.
Yeah.
Because why not, right? Normally, once you become very familiar with the characters, you kind of have to do a flashback, but then you can also kind of have to do a leap forward in the storytelling. So that's kind of what we're doing here.
That's this episode.
That's this episode. We're very meta about it, but at the same time, we also don't want to show you behind the curtain too fast. So
slowly.
Sure.
Actually, behind the curtain is just the Patreon, so you should really check that out.
Behind this curtain is a window, so
dude, come on.
Too meta. I'm sorry. However, some of your favorite things. I'm gonna ask for 3 things.
3.
Just to keep us on task because we're trying to do something a little different this season. Sterling, 3 things.
How many honorable mentions in
one?
You get 1.
1.
You get 1. See, I don't even know if we should allow that, but we're going to, since you asked so nicely, everyone gets 1 honorable mention of 2021.
All right.
So technically 4 things, people, but 3 if you have possibly an honorable mention, which I'm assuming you do.
You're welcome. All right. So 2021, I spent a lot of time playing this game called Bravely Default 2. It is from Square Enix. It still follows the Final Fantasy lore, but not in a different world. It's really cool. They improved upon the gameplay. They took a lot of pain points and injected in a lot of cool stuff. Lots of great character development. Really enjoyed it. 2021. Now, I want to talk about Castlevania Season 4. After Season 4 of Castlevania, it became one of my favorite things in all of media. Straight up. I tell people watch seasons 1, 2, and 3 because season 1 is all right, that's cool. Season 2 is it's a little slow. Season 3 is well, this is a bit disjointed. And then season 4 is literally perfection, dude. Watch all that other one just to get to season 4. And the last thing I have about the top 3 of 2021, and I might need Big Dan's approval for this one, but it's got to be Invincible, dude. Invincible was crazy. I like the deviations from the story. I love the character. I also read it because, Big Dan loves it. And I'm I need to understand it.
This is true.
So I can understand my friend better. And it's also being a show. The slight deviations from the story to just, because it was switching mediums, adaptations.
What are we talking about?
I need both of you to get out of my house.
But yes, Invincible, absolutely phenomenal. The internet was talking about it. We got a really strong meme. And then
that's a quality meme.
It's a good meme. And then my quality assurance, my honorable mention.
Nani? There it is. Both sounds work.
My honorable mention is going to be The Harder They Fall. It's just so good, and I'm still talking about it. And on top of all of that, I was talking to my partner about it, and they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" And I was like, "Oh, The Harder They Fall." And they're like, "No, that's the last movie you watch." And I was like, "Fair, but
I mean, it's not the last movie you watched. You saw Spider-Man.
that is also true."
But
at the
that's
time
a
of
great segue.
Oh, please.
Because my top 3 starts actually with The Harder They Fall, being my favorite movie of 2021. Very close second is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home.
Wow.
It's just, I understand that was like one of the most recent movies I've seen. However, being a longtime fan and like just lover of Spider-Man media in general, this like brought it home. And if you've ever really paid attention, a lot of times with the Spider-Man finales of cartoon shows, they've always done like a Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's from alternate universes and things like that. So I think within theme, they did that here and it made sense. And it brought to life a lot of things and a lot of possibilities for the MCU. At the same time, it's multiverse. You guys know how I feel about that. If you don't know how I feel about that, you can go watch one of the other episodes. I'm not going to plug that episode, but we talked about it.
I honestly don't know which episode that is.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Secondly, third, I guess lastly, right, for my third, Arcane.
Wow.
That was surprisingly one of the best animated shows I've watched of 2021. The animation, the soundtrack was amazing. I think the character development, like it did everything that it was intended to do, which was like, go look up League of Legends. And I was like, I will.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to participate in this,
don't
but
do that.
I will.
But you thought about it.
If we're talking about things that did their job and pointed you in the right direction, that definitely has to be like
that has to, I mean, as far as a marketing strategy, of just like, you don't know what this game is,
right?
But this show you gonna love.
If you loved Arcane,
right,
you should play.
I think honestly, if Netflix was to do, animation and it possibly even like more focused on like video game and other adaptations of things like that, that's the animation I would advise them to go in. Like hands down.
I do wonder who makes that decision, which.
Well, I'm assuming it could come from the studios, right? Someone probably already did this and then pitched it to Netflix, and they were like, "Sure, we'll put it on our platform." But who knows? Who can say? But my honorable mention, I guess, would have to be Encanto.
Tell us more about that.
For whatever reason, Disney has become very self-aware that the newer generation doesn't really watch their stuff. It's still the millennials and like Gen Z, Gen Z population that are like
us.
It's the us. We're millennials.
Millennials and Gen X. I thought Gen Z is like
after
teenagers.
2000. No. Gen Z
well,
is like
it's
20,
now
in their 20s now.
Yeah, Gen Z is now in their 20s.
Those people that were
current generation, like
like
my children are in Gen Alpha, but that's a thing. Anyway, Encanto does just a great job of like unpackaging trauma while giving you great songs to sing about that trauma. And I was like, sure, I'm here for that ride. Obviously, if you're not paying attention to the world, like we don't talk about Bruno as a thing, and at the same time, it's always been a thing. At least growing up in my family.
Everybody has a Bruno that they
everybody got a Bruno. You might be Bruno.
I was about to say, like, I don't think we have. Oh no! Oh no!
You don't think you have a Bruno?
You might be.
Might be entitled for some billable hours.
Hey, I mean, they had no therapists in that. Where were they?
Very true.
Colombia, right? But in that period, they didn't have therapists. So it was Mirabelle. Mirabelle was out here just handing this out for free. It was just like, I'm going to heal everybody's trauma. So, no, I feel like Encanto did a really good job of just like addressing the family dynamic and juggling so many main characters and also like giving you great animation. and still kind of giving you an adventure story, which is weird because she never left the house. She left the house for like one scene, but then after that, the whole adventure took place in the house, and I was like, I've had adventures in the house.
And we call those billable hours.
That's right.
I think what's funny about that is the trailer made it seem like it was going to be like an adventure type thing, like what's that?
Like Raya and the Last Dragon?
No.
Frozen?
Yeah. I had
2. Electric Boogaloo?
Exactly.
Frozen 2.
But yeah, no, I think that's cool.
Yeah. But Jhawk, what's your top 3?
Well, no need to I'm gonna keep it sweet and simple. So top 3 for 2021. I picked these because they were all just very fascinating and like, wow, that was like really cool. The Harder They Fall, Candyman, and Godzilla Singular Point.
Interesting.
Yes. Because especially with Godzilla Singular Point, because I feel like I could get blowback on that. But it's like,
yeah, I mean, we did review it, right? So
sure, but like just as an anime, it was just very as a Godzilla property, it all worked together so well. The animation, the human characters weren't stupid, and Godzilla was pretty cool as well. So, with an honorable mention being Star Wars Visions, because it's like everything that I ever really wanted from like the Star Wars universe, and like, who knows if we'll ever see it again.
I think we will.
I think
they were testing the waters with this. They're like, all right, we know people enjoy anime.
Right.
But how much?
I think if they pick one studio and give us a overarching story, we could possibly. I feel like anime fans could help bridge that gap, and come into the Star Wars fandom with possibly something enjoyable. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what studio they would go with.
Bones.
Probably Bones. Probably
or UFO Table, because they're doing some stuff.
I don't know about Studio Trigger, but
that was
I don't want to see that.
Wild episodes.
That was the
twins.
The Elder. The Elder was also
I know,
and the Elder,
but
the twins were
twins was just so
very
twins was just so much trigger.
Sometimes Studio Trigger is like, yeah, we know what our faces look like, and you know what our faces look like, and you're gonna watch it anyway.
It's like, you know what you came here for. Like,
look
so it's
at
fine.
who you came to see.
I'm the one.
Right. Shout out to Tony Baker.
God bless.
But yeah, that's my 2021. I will tell you what I'm most excited for 2022.
Ooh, please tell us.
First, I'm gonna say Black Panther 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And no surprise, The Batman.
Starring
of
Robert
course.
Pattinson?
Yes.
And Colin Farrell?
You mean the
Sure.
Battison.
And then honorable mention of what I'm excited to see, but I don't know. I hesitate, but I'm also anticipating it. Bel Air, the Fresh Prince reboot. I'm very like, I want you to be good, but we've been in this season of reboots for the past it's a season, but it's been 3 years.
I mean,
if not 5.
No,
our life.
it's been all of our lives of just nostalgia.
Strong reboots.
Yeah,
I feel like strong reboots.
Strong
I feel
reboots.
like it's been the past 5 years.
That's the operative word. Because Dune was very fine, right? Dune was fine. Mm-hmm. I think Dune was fine.
I thought Dune was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Bel Air is an honorable mention of we'll see. It's kind of actually no. What's worse about it is that because with Cowboy Bebop, it was why no, stop it, don't do this, and they did it anyway, and we saw what happened.
That's right. Netflix took it outside and shot it.
Real quick.
It was only 3 weeks after it came out, and we were like, no.
What? That could be Patreon.
Patreon.
But with Bel Air, it's the fandom for the Fresh Prince, I think, is strong, but I don't know if they're as loud and volatile as anime fans for Cowboy Bebop.
But hold on though, because I think while Cowboy Bebop is prolific enough to compare to the Fresh Prince, because even if people aren't fans of the Fresh Prince, you know what it is.
Right.
You've seen 2 episodes. We've all cried.
You know the theme song.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you were from Philly. But anyway, so is it prolific enough to compare? Maybe, because I feel like Bel-Air and Fresh Prince, like that, the fan base for the Fresh Prince is going to be. It reaches a very large span of time that Cowboy Bebop may or may not have achieved. Yeah. But I would also say like the fan base is bigger for the Fresh Prince because of just like the comedy sitcom that it was. So I feel like it's going to get the numbers regardless, just because people are going to be like, hey, Will Smith, you put your name on this. I trust you. Don't hurt me.
It's going to be about the drop-off number.
Right.
So, like, I feel like a lot of people might rush in for, like, episode 1.
Maybe episode 2.
But then, like, where if there's a drop-off number, how big is that cliff?
Right, but I feel like a lot of it is going to circulate about social media, like, depend on who's saying what. Like, if your trusted friend who also watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and relates, you're related to them in a capacity that you trust them when they watch a certain medium.
Sure.
And they say it's fire, then you're like, I'm going to go ahead and see this through. And then you're like 4 episodes and you're still kind of like, but they say it's really good, so I'm going to try.
It's the quality.
But and then you finish it and this band's like, dog, why did
I? They have for Bel-Air kind of just, and this is why I compared it with Cowboy Bebop. They have to, like, they cannot slack.
Yeah.
I think.
But I think it's also going to come down to the internet, and I think because it's going to have such of that drive of like internet commentary, and everybody that's like, it's not a niche, right? It's not a genre per se. Like, it's a drama, but at the same time, like you're watching it because you're familiar with Will Smith and the Fresh Prince. So I think the buzz isn't going to die out as quickly as Cowboy Bebop. I couldn't even get it out.
Cowboy Bebop came out all at the same time. People watched it and then took to the internet. They're releasing one at a time, right? Bel-Air is.
So,
thanks. What you got, Big Dan?
Well, I don't want to say the same thing as Josh said.
Do you want me to go?
No, I got mine.
Let's go.
So Multiverse of Madness, I'm actually very excited for.
Things just got out of hand.
Like, it looks so ridiculous. And, while I'm not a big fan of, like, multiverse stories, because after a while there's no consequence unless you come back to the main universe. And even then you're kind of just like, we did a thing. And then they're like, but we fixed that thing and no one will ever know. So, but the references, and I don't know for anyone who's watched trailers, there are just things that are at the eagle eye. And I'm trying not to do that this year to ruin things for myself. I'm trying to do the Jhawk method of just like, see one, you saw one trailer. If you're not excited for it, it is what it is. But I'm also excited for Thor, Love and Thunder, because you got Lady Thor. Like, I mean, that's the thing.
Was it Jane Foster?
It is Jane Foster. So Natalie Portman's coming back.
Good for her.
Sure. And then The Boys.
Season 3? Yo, I have no idea even what they're doing.
I don't think
they're so far.
I'm glad that they deviated from the books just because for TV purposes, and like it'll be less edgelord, and so I appreciate that. And then an honorable mention. I don't remember the name of the Bethesda game that I'm trying to think of. Is it Starfield?
Yeah.
I want to play Starfield because it's Fallout in space. It's Skyrim in space. I want it to work. I want it to work.
And see, hold on. I actually have a call from 2016 on hold for you called No Man's Sky. They're calling in.
First of all, No Man's Sky has gone back and fixed so many problems because I've
talked about Cyberpunk on the internet, and that No Man's Sky is the first thing that comes up.
No Man's Sky is a beautiful game, and I wish I had friends who were just like, let's get on No Man's Sky. But it's so big, and it's like it's an experience in and of itself that a lot of people don't want to participate in. No Man's Sky had a very rough trajectory, and no pun intended at all. But they went from having no multiplayer to now having multiplayer, and like you can build in it. Like it's great. But I feel like Starfield is supposed to be single player, and that's the intention. And so if it's built like that, and Microsoft is like, hey, it's an exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
So
I forgot that happened. That was important.
That is a very important thing to talk about. We'll probably talk about that in like BNR or something like that. But my honorable mention.
Wait, wasn't it Starfield?
Was it Starfield?
Was it Starfield?
No. What was your top 3?
That was
The Boys.
that was my honorable mention. All right, cool. Thank you for keeping me on task. I appreciate that.
I'm trying.
The sake's starting to like hit a little bit. So, a little bit. Roll the shoulders.
So, things I'm excited for in 2022. I enjoy Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Origins is coming out. And I think I played, my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 9, right? So I played 9, 10, I didn't play 11, 12, all of the 13s. And when we hit Lightning Returns, I just think that they got this beautiful creation that they've been building upon since Final Fantasy 9. So I'm very excited for Origins. Very excited to see how like what changes they make and they don't, and and Chris Sabat is Garland, like the main enemy in the Dissidia series, and he's still coming back. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
We like Chris Sabat.
Yeah, Chris Sabat's cool. 2022. Speaking of Taika Waititi, I forget the name of the show, but with Martin Freeman.
Yeah. What is that called?
Oh, is it The Therapist? Oh, no, The Pirates? Ourselves Mean Death.
Yes.
Or something like that, yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yo, man.
Really? So excited. But like, it was on my list, but it's not that high on my list.
Sure.
But I'm very excited because Taika Waititi is
straight up, yo.
That's it?
That's all we need.
That's all I need.
He's not there for me.
Whatever.
I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy his stuff.
Like What We Do in the Shadows. Like, I mean, he's just like.
Yeah, no.
I saw the trailer,
I was just like, I probably won't watch it.
That's fine. We will.
Yeah, we watch it. That was 2. What's the third thing? The sake is totally hitting. Make it. There's something really important that I forgot. And it's not Forbidden West, and it's not anime related.
It's not Westworld season 3, is it? Or season 4?
Yes, I love it.
Wait, are they making a season 4?
It's scheduled to air this year.
I didn't watch season 3 because I was like,
it's over.
I thought it was over, and like I hadn't heard great things about season 3, so I was just like, all right, I'm probably just gonna let that die. Can we talk while you? I mean, I'm trying to give him
time. My honorable mention, because I'm gonna figure out my third one and I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Because I can like feel it. Like you ever lose a thought, but you can like feel it.
Yeah.
My honorable mention is definitely going to be Peacemaker, because I just did not care going in, and that was a ride, dude.
Oh, Peacemaker season 2?
No, just this one.
Oh,
came out in 2022.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're flip flopping Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. That's true.
I'm going to watch it, and Josh isn't going to watch it, and I'm going to text him every single episode.
Josh is going to watch it because
no, Josh ain't going to watch it. He said it. He ain't watched Bad Batch either.
But he's going to watch Obi-Wan.
I watched certain episodes of Bad. I think it was like episode 2 or 3 that we went up to. Mm-hmm. Whenever we were about to review it, I watched up to that point. I'll probably do the same thing with Obi-Wan.
Josh is on a review show, so
excuse me. You will be watching Obi-Wan because we have to review it. All right. I don't like your tone. I'm just letting you know right now. I
don't see why we care about this character who died.
Because it's expanding the universe.
I feel like there are better ways to expand it.
I don't disagree with you. However, I'm telling you that this is going to give you the rematch that you don't see, or that you thought you saw in episode 4 of 2 old guys.
Fencing. Actually, them Obi-Wan and Vader.
Obi-Wan and Vader fight again.
And Hayden Christensen, good for him.
Right, and Hayden Christensen comes back, and like, there'll be memories and things like that they share. I think
the memories.
There was a big gap for Obi-Wan in the storytelling, and that never really got addressed in even books and like other comic stuff.
Sure.
So I think that's why we're getting this. I understand we're fatigued of the Skywalker saga. I'm with you. I'm right here with you on that. But I feel like I'm gonna watch it.
And Ventress is probably gonna come back, so that'd be hype.
Ventress is definitely supposed to be in that.
Yeah.
The Hunters are, at least. Like Jedi Hunters and
the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
This is gonna be something for our BNR for Boba Fett, but like, I think Cad Bane is so much more interesting. Cad Bane is so much more interesting than Obi-Wan.
Well, yes,
but
okay.
I think the Inquisitors are so much more interesting than
Obi-Wan. But that's the dark side of things. So we'll talk about it because there's a BNR eventually that will be slated for Boba Fett because that's going on at the moment. So
this was your thing. You're excited for Obi-Wan.
I'm done.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we have reached the end of this episode. This was just a brief catch up and things that we're excited for and things that you hopefully are excited for. You can tell us in the comments because we read them.
We do. Dan, we giving out EXP. We back, baby.
We back. We haven't done this since season 1.
We haven't done this since season. I think we kind of did in season 2,
maybe,
but season 1. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give out XP. No gear, no quest items. If you are just joining us, you're gonna get a bonus for a novice bonus of 500 XP. This gets you at least to level 2. And for our longtime barflies, you get a barfly bonus of 500 XP as well. So
let us know what you're putting your skill point in. Tell us what.
First of all, I was very put on the spot.
It was very corporate of you.
It was.
New guys, you're gonna get 500. You guys
also 500. It's season 4, episode 1. I'm being generous.
Okay.
So if you get past this point and we get to episode 2, and I have a quest item for you, who knows?
Hey, stay tuned.
But as we like to say here at the Blerd Bar, y'all have a blessed night.
Wait, hold on. If you enjoy the Blerd Bar,
that too, make
sure you go check out our peoples. We got the Muvioes Podcast.
We
got Idealtone. We got Blerd on the Street. We got who else we got? We got the Audacious Black Femme.
We got the Unapologetic mic check.
Yes, yeah. We have family out.
We got family now.
Yeah, so go check those guys out and let us know. And thank you. Sorry, you were saying.
No, that was about it, I guess.
Yep, but you're supposed to have a blessed night.
Oh yeah, as we always like to say here. Have a blessed night.
Good night, everyone.